point I'm getting at is the video clip you're about to see, and then we're going to go to break and come back with Kurt Haskell. The video clip you're about to see is so important because it shows how perception works. I fall for the very same thing I'm always talking about. And I'll go ahead and give you the answer before we go to it, because a lot of you won't catch it, because I didn't catch it until the third time I saw it. Everything is about coloration in nature. You've got a lot of butterflies that have what looks like the eyes of a predator on its wings. You've got caterpillars that camouflage themselves like a predator. You've got a lot of this going on. And the private Federal Reserve is private. It took over the country 98 years ago. Its charter is up in 2 years. We could get rid of it then just by not renewing its charter. Amazing. Kind of like the Patriot Act's up every few years. We could get rid of it. That's one thing the establishment does, is they always put a time limit on something. So if they want to get rid of something, they can. But we've come up to this point now of 6 big mega banks who met in secret 100 years ago. They met in 1910. So I guess now a little over 100 years ago. They met, and they've bragged about it since then. J.P. Morgan, the actual J.P. Morgan, not the J.P. Morgan of today, but same company. Other, the Rockefellers, you name it. They met at Jekyll Island, and they said, we'll call ourselves federal, and we'll also use our newspapers to attack the Federal Reserve and say we don't want it. And because we're so universally hated, being the robber barons that have done all this horrible stuff, the people will support it. But actually, the people didn't support it. They woke up to that scam, so they had a non-quorum vote. 3 senators passed the Federal Reserve Act on December 23rd, right before Christmas, at almost midnight. So here we are 90-plus years later, 98 years later, 100-plus years since their secret meeting at Jekyll Island to conceive this act, trying to get rid of it. And the cops all over the country, even in Dallas, I say 10 years ago, some of the cops were still laughing at me in Dallas because they had stuck signs up and put fences up saying private property. And I said, look, it looks like a federal building. It's got a big armored wall around it. And it says Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, Texas. But look right there. They stuck these signs in the dirt, in the grass, saying, this is private property, keep off. Federal Reserve, private property, keep off. And I was saying, don't you see the hoax? This is camouflaged. This is like a man dressed up like a woman or something trying to go in the women's bathroom. I mean, this is like German soldiers trying to infiltrate New Jersey during World War II, dressed up like American soldiers trying to blow up ammo dumps. That actually happened. I'm like, this is fake. And the cops would go, oh, listen to this conspiracy theorist. Because the feds, and we've gotten these from good police that are awake, issue them every month, training manuals and alerts saying the Federal Reserve is a federal agency. It's here to keep America safe. These dangerous kooks are coming to tell you it's not federal. Don't listen to them. So I'm there talking to the cops saying, please, this is private. Look, it looks like a federal building. It says it's federal. It's not. And some were laughing. A few were nodding, saying, we agree with you. The head cop, called me on the phone before and said, oh, I know, about this, but, I just want to make sure everything's going to be peaceful. So some of the cops were nodding their head and waving at me, but others were still laughing. Now, you go to San Antonio, and I'm around the corner interviewing Matt Medina out of the rain, under the awnings there, and they come over to the interview, and they go, the cops are here, they want to talk to you. So I tell Medina, we probably should have left that in the clip, I didn't tell the guys to, where I go, hey, we got to go talk to the cops, hold on a minute. So then I go over, and they tell me, yeah, the cops are saying it's private property, get off. So I'm told these are cops. One of them was a San Antonio senior officer in his uniform, but the other guy he called captain was actually the head of Federal Reserve Security in San Antonio. But because people told me they were cops, I just automatically thought he was a cop until I went back and watched the video and then went and checked it. He's the head of security there. He said, if you don't like what's happening, you can call our head office in Dallas. That's the Federal Reserve for 4 states. Region 11 is based in Dallas. This was a satellite bank we were protesting. First the main bank, then the Houston Bank, then the San Antonio Bank. The 3 branches here, but the head one's Dallas for 4-state area. And here I was see the video shot, go home, think they're cops, and it wasn't until I aired the video on the radio that I thought, wait a minute, that guy may be Federal Reserve. Then I went and researched it this morning. He was Federal Reserve. So see how even smart people who aren't totally paying attention because you're busy and they keep you busy, it looks like a federal building. It says federal. It's got a big American Eagle seal on it. We get fooled by this stuff. We get fooled by the packaging. So I ran the headline. It's a very popular video. Cops admit Federal Reserve is private. The truth was, I go to the cop, the San Antonio cop, in the clip coming up, in his uniform, the officer, and I say to him, hey, I heard you're saying this is private. You know it's private? And he goes, talk to Captain such and such, who's the Federal Reserve guy. And he goes, no, we're private. Please leave. Call our head office in Dallas if you want. And I walk off thinking, because I'm told it's cops, that it's cops, so I think about it. But we actually had the head of security for the Federal Reserve admit it was private. And some people, my final point is this, some people think that, well, Alex, big deal, so they admit it's private. We all know that. We don't all know that. The San Antonio cop, who's a senior cop, I forget, is he like a lieutenant or something? You can look at his uniform when it comes up. The guy they sent out there on Sunday afternoon, he said, I don't know. And as soon as he saw the guy admit, yeah, we're private, please get out of here, see the cop start smiling. I'm going, hey, you ought to criminally investigate this. And the cop's smiling more because for all these years, he's been told this is federal. And I'm going, look how it looks like a federal building. Look at the seals. Look at the names. And as a cop, he's going, yeah, this is weird. The head of security is admitting this is private. This is the first time he's hearing the truth. And it's a put the sunglasses on, they live moment, or a take the red pill moment, or a pull the curtain back and Wizard of Oz moment. And that's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not going to be able to show you the truth in the world. We all have our own perspectives. We all are limited. But you individually can decide to take the glasses off. And or put them on, actually, or take the red pill, or pull the curtain back. I know that you are not seeing the full reality. None of us are. So all I'm asking is put the sunglasses on, take the red pill, pull back the curtain, wake up from your sleep, whatever you want to call it. Here's this video clip of the head of security for the Federal Reserve admitting that it is a private organization, and please get off their private property. And then we'll go to break, come back with bombshell info, and I mean bombshell, with Kurt Askel. It's InfoWars Nightly News. Stay with us. Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Alex Jones.
Good, how you doing?
Good. Can you just repeat, you're saying this is private property?
I don't know. This is the captain.
Sure, go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
This is the property of the Federal Reserve right here. I just need
Private,
you to go
though. It's not federal, right?
Yeah, private property.
Okay.
I need you to go back to the public street.
I think, you know what? It is private property. I think you're right. We will get off. You're absolutely right. Let me just ask you this one question. And I'm going to ask everybody to move off the private property of the Federal Reserve. Doesn't this look like a post office? And it's got federal seals on it? It says Federal Reserve? It's like counterfeiting or something. It'd be like if people opened up a...
No, the Fed doesn't counterfeit, do they?
I think that's something police ought to investigate.
Yeah, really.
I mean, just down the road. Doesn't this kind of look weird? It's a federal building, but it's not federal.
I mentioned that to him. They said that there was
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Not a federal building.
It's not a federal building.
It's a
10 years
private
ago,
building.
cops were laughing at me about that. I'm excited you know.
However, you're welcome to call our public affairs or call our head office in Dallas and speak with them.
No, sir, you've been super nice. You're right. Some people thought it was like a park because it looked like a post office. You're right. This is private property. We better get off. We better go. Hey, guys, well, they do get our tax money, and they do control everything. They enslave us! I mean, sure, they are the slave masters, but see, that you heard the police officer. He's right. This is private property, so we want our private property. Now, it's private property of a mafia, of a criminal cartel, but nevertheless, it's their private property for now, and until they're indicted and in prison, we won't, and until, we finally get the audit, and the Congress raids all the material, we're gonna respect their private property until then. So let's get off the private property of the Federal Reserve right now. Come on, everybody. Come on, let's go. Get off the private property.
I got that whole conversation if you want to email it.
Police officers out here tonight in this beautiful weather, here protecting our First Amendment. And I wonder how many of these police officers can read on the sign, Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas, federal, but right here says private property.
question for you. You're here guarding the private offshore Rothschild Bank, the Federal Reserve, from evil Americans. Evil Americans. I know you get the Homeland Security reports saying those who don't like the Federal Reserve are evil. I've read the Homeland Security reports where they tell cops the Federal Reserve is federal and that we're raving lunatics. Really, their charter is private. Right there. Private property, no trespassing. Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas. It doesn't say federal zone, federal property, stay off slaves. It says private property, no trespassing, Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas.